The name Michael Jackson means a lot in the universe. Yes, today we are going to discuss about Michael Jackson, who was a super and a superstar in the world. Yes, Michael Jackson was a multi-talented singer and dancer who enjoyed the chart-topping career both with the Jackson 5 and as a solo artist. We are going to discuss about who was Michael Jackson. Yes, known as the King of Pop, Michael Jackson was a best-selling American singer, songwriter, and dancer. As a child, Jackson became the lead singer of his family's popular monotone group, the Jackson 5. He went on a solo career of astonishing worldwide success, delivering #1 hits from the album of the war, Thriller and Bad. Thriller remains one of the best-selling albums in history. In his later years, Jackson was dogged at age 50 of a drug overdose just before launching a comeback tour. Michael Jackson, pictured in 1970 as a preteen, began his professional singing career at age of 5. Michael Joseph Jackson was born on August 29, 1958 in Gary, India. He was the 8th of 10 children born to Joseph Jackson and devout Jehovah's Witness. Both of Jackson's parents previously had musical inspirations themselves. Catherine played clarinet and the piano and had aspired to be a country singer, while Joseph was a guitarist who performed in local R&B bands. They encouraged their children to pursue musical ambitions, and Jackson's career in music began at the age of 5 under his father's encouragement. Most of Jackson's siblings made marks in the music industry, including Rebbe, Jackie Tito, Jermaine, Latoya, Martin, Randy and Janet Jackson. His brother, Brandon, Maron's twin, died shortly after birth. Joseph pushed his children hard to succeed, making them reach 5 hours a day after school, and there was reported the Jackson 5 seen performing around 1969, including brothers Tito Jackson, Maron Jackson, Michael Jackson, Jackie Jackson, and Jermaine Jackson. Joseph modeled his sons into a musical group in the early 1960s that would later become known as the Jackson 5. At first, the Jackson family group consisted of Jackson's older brother Tito, Jermaine, and Jackie. Jackson joined his siblings when he was 5 years old and emerged as the group's lead vocalist. He showed remarkable range and depth for such a young performer, impressing audiences with his ability to convey complex emotions. They officially became the Jackson 5 when older brother Martin joined the group. Jackson and his brothers spent endless hours rehearsing and polishing their act. At first, the Jackson 5 played local gigs and built a strong following. They recorded one single on their own, Big Boy, with the B-side, You've Changed, but the record failed to generate much interest. The group moved on to working as the opening act for R&B artists such as Grande Knight and the Pips, James Brown, and Sam and Dave. Many of these performers were signed to be legendary Motown record label, and the Jackson 5 eventually caught the attention of Motown founder Berry Gordy. Impressed by the group, Gordy signed the group of his label in early 1969. Jackson and his brothers moved to Los Angeles, where they lived with Gordy and with Diana Ross and the Supreme and their got settled. The Jackson 5 made its first television appearance during the 1969 Miss Black American pageant, performing a cover of It's Your Thing. Their first album, Diana Ross Present the Jackson 5, hit the charts in December 1969 with the single I Want You Back reaching number 1 of the Billboard 100 chart history afterward. More chart-topping singles quickly followed, such as ABC, The Love You Save, and I'll Be There. For several years, Jackson and the Jackson 5 maintained a busy tour and recording schedule under the supervision of Godrich and the Motown staff. The group became so popular that it even had its own self-titled cartoon show. We've run from 1971 and 1972. Jackson also popularized the robo dance after using the move during 1973 performance of the song Dancing Machine of the Mike Douglas show. Despite the group's great success, there was trouble brewing behind the scenes. Tensions mounted between Godry and Joseph over the management of his children's careers, with the Jackson wanting more creative control over their material. The group officially severed ties with Motown in 1976, though Jermaine remained with the label to pursue his solo career. Now, calling themselves the Jackson, the group signed a new recording deal with Epic Records by its third album for the label. Destiny 1978, the brothers has emerged as talented songwriters. Jackson began his solo career while simultaneously performing with the Jackson 5. He released his debut solo album at age 13 with Got to Be There in 1971, making the charts with the title track. He had his first solo number 1 single with the title track for his sophomore album Band 1972, which he recorded for the 1972 film of the same name about a killer rat. Jackson followed those albums with Music and Me 1973 and Forever Michael in 1975, the latter of which was his last album with Motown Records. As Jackson's stardom rose, he tried his hand at acting, and experiences left its mark on his music too. Jackson portrayed the Scarecrow in the Sidney Lumet-directed film The Wiz 1977, starring alongside Diana Ross and Nipsey Hussle. While living in New York City to make the film, Jackson frequently visited the Studio 154 nightclub and was exposed to era hip-hop music, which contributed to his beatboxing in future songs like Walking Night and Day. Jackson achieved his solo career breakthrough with All the War 1979, his first album with Epic Records and his first produced by Quincy Jones, whom he met while working on The Wiz. In Affections, Brand and the Pop and the Funk of the War featured the Grammy Award-winning single Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, along with such hits as Rock With You, She's Out of My Life, and the title track. Critics felt the album moved Jackson from the pop music of his youth into a more complex sound, and some have called it one of the best pop albums ever made. Jackson was still performing with his brothers at this time, and the overwhelmingly positive response to Off the Wall helped the Jackson as a group. Their album Triumph 1980 sold more than 1 million copies, and the brothers went on extensive tour to support the recording. At the same time, Jackson continued exploring more ways to branch out of his own. In 1983, Jackson embarked on his final tour with his brothers to support the album Victory. In 1984, Jackson, duet with Mike Jagger, called it State of Shock, was the most successful single from the album. Thank you for watching all this video on Brown Sky Entertainment. Yes, till the end of this video. Yes, may God bless you all. Please don't forget to make subscribe. Yes, please do it for me. Yes, thank you my people.